Hey, Tom Finlayson here with Pursuing Purpose Ministries. I'm glad you tuned in to our video today, and we want to pick up where we left at the last video where we was talking about God is my source, and we're going to start back in James, the second verse. It says, "My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations," or different or all kinds of temptations, "knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." The testing of your faith worketh patience. "Let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect, entire, or complete, lacking nothing." And then it goes on down to verse 5. It says, "If any man lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, because he gives it to you." So count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptations or different kinds of temptations. And what we've been talking about is, temptations could be anything. Temptations could be, the thinking about lack in your bank account. We're talking about your job. Maybe temptations could be drugs or alcohol. That's the big thing. Everybody thinks that temptations is going to be something huge, but temptations could be anything. Addictions could be anything. Temptations could be just to eat only one piece of coconut cream pie instead of eating the whole coconut cream pie. But the word temptation is putting to proof by adversary. Putting to proof what? Putting to proof 1 John 4:4 that says, "Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world." What are you putting to proof? I'm putting to proof that the God of the universe, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the Alpha and Omega, the God that created the heavens and the earth is living on the inside of me. All dunamis, can do, miracle, working powers on the inside of me. So what am I putting to test, putting into proof? I'm putting to proof that God is my source, that God has got my back. It don't matter what kind of that comes my way. Nothing is too hard for God. Nothing is impossible for God. See, but we get caught wrapped up in our soul. We get wrapped up in our mind, our will, our emotions, our thoughts, and our feelings. That's where we live. Our soulish realm. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. My question is, can you afford to give that away? No, just kidding. But not seriously. I mean, your soul is where we live and where we function. And God created us to connect with the spirit realm and to connect that soul with spirit. When Adam fell in the garden, the spirit and the soul separated. We was a spirit man, and when God, our spirit soul, when Adam sinned, it separated that soul from the spirit. And the soul has mind of its own. It has its own mind, its own will, its own emotions, its own thoughts and feelings. But God created us to have His mind, His will, His emotions, His thoughts, and His feelings. So when we are being tested and tried, we're actually being tested and tried in our soul. We are being tested and tried with your own selfishness and your own desires. And let's just prove that. Let's look on down to verse 12. It said, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation." Blessed is the man that endureth putting to test by adversary. Blessed is the man that is putting to proof by adversary, that greater is he that is in me, the God that's in me can handle it. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. That word life means Zoe life. It means God quality kind of life. Man, I don't know about you, but I want some God quality kind of life. I'm tired of Tom quality of life. I want God quality of life. He said, so when you put the proof that greater is he that is in me, that the God that's in me is my source and can handle it, he said, then I'm going to give to you Zoe. I'm going to give to you my kind of life. I'm going to give you my will, my mind, my emotions. I'm going to hook you up, and I'm going to show you what I can do if you allow me to. He says, which the Lord hath promised to every man that loved him. So this is a promise. There's 7,700 promises in this book right here, and we have to find them. The reason you don't have them is because you've not searched out the Word to find them. Once you find them, they're yours. But this is a promise right here. He said, once you go through this test and trial, once you put the proof that God's your source, not your bank account, God's your source, not your job, God's your source, not your church, God's your source, then he said, I'm going to show you the quality of life that I have. I'm going to show you the quality of life that I have. And I'm going to give you my Zoe life. Whew, can you imagine? Just for a minute, let's just stop and think about it. Wow. Does God's kind of life, quality of life, instead of your own quality of life? Oh, my Lord. That's just so rich right there. I could just stop right there. But he said, looks on down, 13, he says, let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God cannot tempt with evil, neither tempteth any man. Now watch. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away to his own lust and enticing of the flesh. You are drawn away by your own soul. You are drawn away by your own desires. And God, listen, God don't have to tempt you to see where you're at. God doesn't have to dangle something in front of you. He doesn't make your checkbook zero to see if you truly love Him. That's not how it works. We live in this world, but we're not of this world. We live in this world, but we want to connect to God's quality kind of life. We want to connect with greater is He that is in me than he that is in the world. Listen, there's rumors all the time at your job saying that there's going to be a layoff. There's rumors all the time about the economy, and we're seeing it. You know, we got this upcoming election, and we're wondering what's going to happen. Listen, I'm not worried about what's going to happen. Listen, I'm not of this world. I am connected with the economy of God. And God's going to take care of me. God is my source, not President, Obama or whoever's going to be president. It doesn't matter. God is my source. And I seek out, verse 5, I lack that wisdom, and so now I'm asking for that wisdom. And when I ask, He's going to give it to me. So listen, I challenge you today to get into the Word of God. Listen, 7,700 promises. Let's find out what God says about us. Let's find out about that quality, that Zoe, God quality kind of life, man, that we should be walking in right now because He is our source. So I challenge you to renew your mind, get into the Word of God, and let's change the world one mind at a time.